Polmont Young Offenders Institution houses 650 inmates, all boys between the ages of 16 and 21. Just because they're behind bars, though, doesn't mean the boys turn into angels overnight.
There's a box on the nose there, man.
Out of character, I think, for some of them, but it just shows you what they're capable of.
With so many difficult young men, it's a huge task for the prison service to deal with their behaviour.
If anyone ever stabbed me or slashed me, I would boil that kettle and chuck it right in their face.
But how have so many boys ended up behind bars? And what is life like for them in Scotland's most violent jail? Polmont has a constant battle to keep drugs outside the jail. And in the under-18 hall, one of the inmates is facing the consequences of being caught red-handed.
Scared. Approximately 3-4 o'clock, early hours on Monday morning, we heard a commotion from 2 flats in the lower level. The investigation, there's 5 laddies in total were involved. 4 had smashed up their rooms, and the night shift came in and removed them into the cells. Investigations would suggest that the lad had picked up drugs from the visits at the weekend whilst he was cleaning the visit area.
What happened was, see that boy from Lomondale, he went in first and he found it, announced the draw, ash. And then when my mate went to go and get it, it wasn't there. Then I clocked on that fucking, all of them were fucking high on my drugs, on my booze and that.
The difficulty the laddie in Lomond Hall has now is that the prisoner in Iona Hall is looking for some recompense.
And then fucking we found out who the boy was and a couple of cunts wanted to take him out. We fucking prick.
And the word goes out very quickly. If this guy who we believe's located in Iona Hall is looking for some recompense, he'll have somebody to carry out that deed for him. And that's very much how it works. That's what we've really got to be vigilant about.
I don't care if they batter me, it's just I don't want to walk about with a big slash down my face for the rest of my life. Just want to see my dad. It can make you laugh when you're dead doing.
In Polmont, the worst situation to find yourself in is when you feel under attack. As he has 6 days isolation for being caught with the drugs, at least Martin is safe for now. Polmont works on a system of punishments and privileges. If you know how to keep your nose clean and stay out of trouble, you might get a job. With a job, you get a pass to move about and are trusted with more freedom.
The passman job is like one of the best jobs in the jail, and what the passman is, it's basically just sweep round the flares, pick all the rubbish up, fix the pool table covers, empty the rubbish, stuff like that. It's pretty simple. And other people like who are locked up, they rely on you to ask you to do stuff like, could you pass this, or could you go and get me some stuff for other people, and you're out on all day basically. It depends what your favour is. If you want the passman, it's just be a normal routine like everyone else. Locked up till lunch, you get let on for 5 minutes to collect your lunch, then you're locked up again to dinner. You're locked up all day.
See number 26?
Aye.
What asked me to give standards?
Say please.
I did. Oh, fuck, I'm in boy, man.
Say please then.
Please go.
You can't just come in straight away that day and get the passman job. You would have to be known in the hall, get on quite good, fairly good with the screws, brand new, no fucking about. You've got to be, it's took me, I've been in for 5 months now. You got a spare smoke for stand? Nah. What are you talking to? You said he's not got one. Aye.
Polmont prides itself on its drug rehabilitation record, and since arriving, Jamie has had help to kick his heroin addiction and has managed to stay clean. For all first-timers, jail life is a far cry from home. David, an accordion champion from Inverness, has spent his first few weeks learning the guitar.
Here's your accordion. You went on a quest for an accordion, so
We made him one.
This is what we came up with, just for a laugh with it, like, because initially I got my accordion rejected, just in case you try to smuggle drugs or anything like that on it, you know. But they just came out with this, just for a laugh, like, you know. They're good screws, they always look out for me. And not just me, but all the other boys who they always look out for you.
The first month was the worst. Just a nightmare. I think I just cried every day. But getting a bit tougher. You've got to, for his sake as well. You know, one of the things he said to me was, please don't cry when you're going away, Mum, because I don't want that to be the last sighting of you for 2 weeks. So I try not to get upset and try to make it a happy visit, you know, for him. But it's not always easy. It's difficult.
This is the visit shirts. So I have to get this ironed in a wee minute. Go for a shower in a minute. Then get this ironed, get my jeans ironed. Then head down. I don't know why you've got to wear yellow shirts for going to visits, but it's the rules.
He's not a bad boy. He's a good lad, really, and I just hope people who watch this realise that he just made a mistake and not judge him.
David's mum drives the 3 hours from Inverness to Polmont every week to see him.
Just never imagine yourself in this situation, and until you're in this situation you can't understand how people cope.
Stevie Lane. Hiya, pal.
In the under-18 hall, Martin has heard that staff might be moving him to the protection hall called Cramond and has asked to see his personal officer, Stevie Lane.
You thought any more about the options that I've given you?
Well, I stay here for a few days.
Right.
Just
What's your reason for that?
because I'm a threat for 7 days, so when I come back out to Riot, just to see if anybody says anything to me or anything like that, and if they say something to me, I'll move.
Right, but so that's another week. Have you phoned your folks?
I've no money on my phone.
Well, I'm sure we can arrange a phone call for you. That's not hard, is it? Think that would make things better? Well, then we're willing to do that, eh? I think you're low enough with us moving you anyway. But you might give me the option. You're tearful every time you talk to me, eh? You're giving me cause for concern. You're getting lower and lower at your own antidepressants now. Right? As much as I would like to help you in that, I can't always help you, eh? There's got to come a time where I've got to go, enough's enough. Did you say that was fair? But I'm wanting to give you this week, and more to you this week, but I need to see a marked improvement, eh? You can still come and talk to me, eh? Always welcome in here. To 9:30 later enough, then I'm away to the pub. But you better make that 9:15. Come on, get that together, eh? He's far too tearful now, eh? And he doesn't see any light at the end of the tunnel, I don't think, doesn't he? But I'm wanting to give him a couple of days, see how he performs. And if he raises his game a wee bit, we'll maybe keep him here. If things didn't pick up, then I'll need to move him over to the protection hall. That's all I can do.
The Cramond Protection Hall is also where the sex offenders are held. There is a stigma among prisoners about the hall because even protection prisoners who end up in Cramond get labelled as sex offenders and nicknamed the Beasts by the mainstream inmates.
That's Ashley, that's Gareth's girlfriend. A boy battered her, and my wee cousin handed me a knife and I stabbed the boy for hitting him, because I don't like what people that batter lassies, because I've seen things when I was a wee boy that just bring back memories, and when I seen that boy doing that, it just brought everything back to me. My mum's ex-boyfriend just to beat her up. I was only wee, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. When I seen him doing that, I just pictured it was him hitting my ma. I blanked out. I stabbed him 4 times, nearly killed the boy.
Visits are perhaps the most important privilege for the inmates, and how many they are allowed is directly linked to their behaviour record. David's visit is over.
Good man, I enjoyed my visit, man. It was total quality, brilliant. Enjoyed my visit, man. It was brilliant.
He said he's getting on fine, just gets homesick, but he says he's getting on fine. He's doing his maths and English now, and hopefully starting a music course, and he's got his job, and so, and he phones home every night, sometimes twice a day, so, but he's doing okay.
Oh, there was a box on the nurseries, man.
He just started saying something up, I don't know what it's about.
It's David's first taste of violence in Polmont.
See you when you come back. If you go with that member of staff, we'll pay up the service.
Anything in your pockets, Mickey?
The officers are keen to get to the bottom of the fight, as David isn't normally involved in trouble.
We're just watching the CCTV footage to see if there's anything that we actually missed. I say it's all done, the staff are sitting here. Witness what's going on. As I say, when they break up, there's no messing with any of the staff there. They just split up and they come away quite peacefully. So there wasn't any problems with that.
Still don't know why they can't done it, like. Just sitting there, comes over, speaking some shit about his girlfriend. He's getting aggressive, so I stood up to him. And when I stood up, he just heeded us and he grabbed us in a lock. Can't remember much after that. Just happened all too fast and that. Can't remember too much about it.
Not everyone seems to be as depressed as David about the fight.
You proud of yourself?
Aye.
Think your mum would be proud of you?
Aye.
You're a disappointment. You really are. Did you call that a beating? Fat boy was laughing at you afterwards. You gonna get him again?
Nah.
Tell the truth for the camera.
So do you know that guy, do you?
Well, that boy there, I don't know him, but I know of him, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? He's a wee beast himself, like, you know what I mean? So he is. But that's it.
It's the officer's job to find out what's behind the violence.
They come from the same area as what you do.
I find it last night, he comes from Walnuts. It's just up the road from me.
How are you feeling at this present moment in time? Do you feel you have to get revenge or anything on the guy?
No.
Did you get any speech play for the windows last night? Anybody shouting anything to you?
No.
Nothing? Okay.
There's obviously been something happened outside that he's not telling us. We might never get to the bottom of that one. I don't think he's been the aggressor in this situation. So the guy's obviously got some grievance. Whether it's actually anything to do with a girlfriend, who knows? Who knows?
There's no doubt that David is still being put under pressure by the same boys.
These boys are trying to run the hall. These boys are trying to be boss, and nobody likes it. They're making themselves unpopular, everyone's getting fired up, so that's why there's silly wee fights, and plus I just think it's going to kick off really soon.
For a first-timer, David's intuition is dead on.
I'll come with the big shorts. I'll get battered now. They two down there. They two down there.
What's it all about?
Fucking knows, mate,
Pool ball?
I just walked up. then turn around, speak to him. Next minute I've got a fucking pool cue in the back, and then fucking about 50 pool balls get launched at us. 20 pints in the wall trying to kill us.
Because we're up north, mate, you know what I mean?
What's the place up north for?
Don't know, that's my like, it's taking a disliking place. Couldn't tell, you know what I mean?
Couldn't take any of their shite, you're running about, around the hole and that.
It's easy for you to say you're out Wednesday.
Aye.
You must see the light of day between noon Wednesday.
There was no much warning or that. We walked up and I seen them all hugging together, and the next minute it was just a fucking, I got a pool cue in the back and just rakes of pool balls not getting launched at us. So much you can do against 20 people with cues and pool balls, you know. But you're fucking full of red marks, man. One there, one there, one there.
Take it as it comes, no? Takes 20 of them, know what I mean? Takes 20 of them.
The shoulder's going to
It's
get down.
you in the hole when it happens.
Are you in with somebody who's likely been cracking you with a pool cue?
No, mate, no. He's in post, he's in that. He's in post support.
After the fight, the officers pick up the pieces and isolate the guilty parties. Even they are surprised by the violence.
They were in. I want to know who's shown the pool clothes because they were named at them.
There is a high level of violence here, but much of it's really down to the volatility of this particular age group, and you know how easily offended they are at certain things, and the image, you know, that it's important to them to have the right image in front of their peers, and you know they feel obliged to respond in a certain way at times that hopefully would go with maturity. But obviously we have them from 16 years of age here, and some of them are still quite immature and you know are quite volatile.
The next day, all of the culprits are split up and separated, with the troublemakers moved on.
We've never had an incident on such a scale like that up here before, never. I'm surprised at some of the guys that were in there because they've been there for a wee while and they've never shown anything like that at all. Any other time they've been up there. 62, correct. 71, correct. Out of character, I think, for some of them, but it just shows you what they're capable of. And it's here, but it's no in. It shows you that they're maybe not as hard as they think they are when there's 8 or 9 pile into one boy, and the way in which they do it, or 2 boys, and the way in which they do it.
Last night, the semi-riot, cut our boys from Inverness with it. They came into the hall, right, they were for Inverness, right, Inverness, you know what I mean? It's not really known to us, right? Every man of us are all pals, mate. Shut up, you're daft. You fucking... They try to throw their weight a bit, which wasn't there for them, you know what I mean?
And the Inverness boys came in, try to get wide.
It's what always happens, man. We always stick together, man, all the way. That's how you find it. Paisley, Glasgow and Lanarkshire run Polmont prison, you know what I mean? Because we always stick together against everybody else, no matter where they're from. Like they stick together, man, but they always get battered.
The staff are still worried that David is being targeted and use the disruption around the fight to move him to another wing of the hall to try and protect him.
In many ways I'm ashamed for what I've done because I'm not a violent person. I don't believe in it. I don't believe that things should be resolved through violence, like, you know, so I'm ashamed that I had to, I mean, I didn't have to, but I'm ashamed that I did resort to such a thing. And I'm ashamed for myself in many ways as well because it's like, why couldn't I have just been a stronger man and walked away? I started crying and she was being sarcastic, trying to cuddle me, but she was winding me out. I was like, just go away and leave me alone. And she just started hitting me. And I was trying to speak on, because I knew Christopher, my cousin, was coming to do the grave, and I knew he was coming. And she hit me and I just said, right, that's it. I just lost it and hit her 3 or 4 times. And got that much of a fright, that much of a shock. I just I bailed it, just went away.
David is serving 6 months for assaulting his girlfriend.
Doing any sort of crime in a woman, any crime, you're known as a beast. Doing a crime in a woman is seen as much worse than murders, slashings, anything. People in here thought I was a beast. I'd be fighting non-stop, probably have to go on protection. But I just denied it because at the end of the day, I mean, I don't think I'm a beast.
In the under-18 hall, Martin's week of isolation is now over, and it's crunch time. He now has to go back into circulation and face the chance of being slashed or moved to the protection hall, Cramond.
Because I'd rather fight with a full jail before I'd go to Cramond. Don't want to go to Cramond.
And it's unfortunate that with the young offender population and the mindset they've got, you know, they would establish everybody with Cramond as a sex offender, which is not the case. It's certainly not the case. Some of the laddies there are just weak individuals who fail to cope with prison life.
Martin's been safe behind his door, but now he has to face the music. Doogie has a radical plan and offers Martin a cleaning job.
I spoke to staff this morning. We're going to get you as a passman for a wee bit early. I'll get you out of your bed, because the last thing you want to be doing is feeling isolated and lying sleeping all day long. We don't want that either. I'd rather get you out and about. OK, Martin, if there's anything at all, Martin, anything at all, come and speak to me.
Martin decides to take up Doogie's offer, risk going out into circulation as a cleaner, and take the consequences.
I was getting threatened that people have got to slash me and all that. The boy say, you own it, says that he wants, he's got to get me as well. I can hardly sleep at night and that. I don't know if I'm always wary when I'm, just in case they'll learn, they attack me on that.
News soon spreads that Martin is out, and even has a pass to do a cleaning job.
Oh, in the pass? E-section?
Where'd you get that?
Oh, Dougie gave it this morning because I got a work party.
How you getting caught on that when you're getting a pastoral? I know.
Fucking ask him what you asking me for. What?
You caught me a phone off for a boys, man, and you got a pastoral.
It's because I can't go to a work party, I think. Aye.
You know this thing about bulls?
Chris is finishing a long 4-year stretch in Polmont. Time that has seen him get the top cleaning job and become one of the main players in the hall. With a day to go before he gets out, he's planning to go straight back to a life of crime.
What again?
Just because that's what I've been brought up doing. Into crime, man, from I've been at a young age. And then because there's nothing else to look forward to, that's the only thing I know about. Still why I got a job in it. Because it's H.M.P. Try to go out and do crime and you can get hundreds of money and but you can work now. You can work one night, man, and get thousands of pounds, and then you can get work a week, man, and get a cut of honor. So there's no point in doing that. I think I probably will be back. Because you'll get a lot of shit you sort out when I get it. Like enemies wise, you sort all that shit out.
That shit's in the Peter. Him.
Aye.
What is it?
And if it comes to it, man, I'll need to take some things out. Because I'm not got to hide all my life.
Come on. 4 years behind bars are up for Chris.
Some of them, it's almost inevitable they'll end up inside a prison at some time because of the background, the sort of networks that they have, the family background or the peer group background or the deprived areas that they come from. You can see that they are almost going to gravitate towards a life of crime. Some of them are a bit more sophisticated, and it's a life choice for them, because for some, at some point, their life crime actually pays.
The turnover through Polmont is high, with most young offenders averaging less than a year inside. Chris's departure means the top cleaning job will be up for grabs.
But Chris was a good guy, definitely. He deserved to get out after doing fucking 3 or 11 months, eh? Deserves it. But Chris is, he was sound, eh? Chris was the head top, like. That's like the best job in the fucking whole hall, the jail. And then Chris was left. They've asked me, Mr. Smith, to take over. So I have to take over. But I just can't do it as good as Chris paid. But I'll be stamping my forehead down and giving them the right amount of chaps. No extras, no extra stuff. Take it or fucking leave it. Hey? The hot plate, right, is the dinner area for in the hall. There's 4 people, who work there, right? And you're the one who serves the food. I'm the head hot plate, right? That means like my job is in the morning to get up, clean that, fucking getting the breakfast and all that, fix all the dishes, turn it on so that it's heating up for the food to come up at 12. Easy job, probably one of the best. I don't have to leave the hall, get good money for it. That's alright. Plus, you're out, the screws give you a lot more leeway. You're out them, they think you're more trustworthy, you get on, if you're on the hot plate basically, you're allowed to, it's kind of like a licence to do what you want. In so many ways, eh? Get to just fuck about. It took me a few months to get there, but I've got it now.
Chris's departure has left a power vacuum, which others are keen to occupy. There are 2 front runners.
Well, I think Jamie McCormack has been on level 3 for a while, and I think David Bunce has arrived fairly recently. We know that Jamie McCormack's involved in activities that he shouldn't be involved in, and David Bunce is the sort of character that will get involved in those sort of activities. So I think there's some competition there, similar to what goes on outside with things like drug dealing, and I think that they've both got the followers and the kind of squaring up to each other.
Spotting a possibility of another flashpoint in the hall, Manager Mick has had the young offenders, or YOs, locked down and has called in the dogs from the drug unit to make sure both McCormack and Bunce are not in possession.
Everybody's locked up so that the passmen and that can't run about and tell the other YOs that the dogs are in. Because if they do that, if they've got anything in their cells, it'll be out the window or it'll be hidden elsewhere. You might not find it. And elsewhere, I'll leave to your imagination.
Bunce is first to be searched.
The dogs are in as well, so...
Dogs too?
Drugs, they get in, and it's quite hard to stop them. We've got to have visits. A lot of drugs come in at visits. We have a perimeter fence, and we have outside work parties. It's quite easy to throw drugs over a fence.
Standing in there. No, I'm not stupid enough to put it in my beer.
It shouldn't be a surprise that drugs get in here. Drug use would be behind the door. Once they're locked up, the door is closed, they will then take their drugs. They will flush them naturally, and they will use them. It's not done in front of your face. You don't condone it. At this moment in time, we're just trying to stop it.
The search hasn't turned up any drugs with either Bunce or McCormack.
Jamie McCormack, he was the one who escaped from the Reliance escort when they first started doing the escorts. He's been involved in and around things, as far as I can see, for the whole of his sentence so far.
But I never found anything, so I'm not bothered. Know what I mean? The authorisation for the governor, so they searched the place and they wrecked it, but this is it half done, half fixed. You know what I mean? But it's part and parcel of being in a jail.
The hall is still tense after the searches, and the boys think the staff know exactly what's going on.
We all think the screws are daft, but they're no. They're on top, they're smart. And so they've maybe just thought, we'll go and see if we can catch Bunce out with something. Like, because in case that Bunce is made of like a homemade stab or a knife, get something like that, snap the end off it, get a lighter, melt it, sharpen it up, and it would go through you, maybe right in the face, because there's no point in doing it in the jumpers. So you just get it, sharpen it up pretty sharp, and it would hurt you.
Jamie's intuition about Bunce's hidden weapons is spot on.
I forgot I had that in the Peter. I would stab some cunt in the cheek there. Go right through the cheek and stab some cunt in the eye with that. Because I was going to run out on Saturday and attack at my car. I think if you stab someone, you lean a mark on them, but if you use your fist and that, you're not getting really a good chance to fucking reflect pain in them, know what I'm saying? If you do it with a dagger, you've got to hurt them, aren't you? That's what you want to do.
Red razor sitting there, so with it in an envelope. I still got mine.
What'd you do with it?
All different stuff. Cut stuff, like cutting stuff and that, and cutting people.
They're a very volatile and actually quite a violent group. I mean, this is the most violent prison in Scotland. They have the highest level of assaults and highest levels of violence of any, albeit the vast majority are relatively minor in nature. But it's typical adolescent behaviour, you know, a push and a shove becomes an argument, becomes a fight or an assault. To these young lads, image is all and image is important. So it's important to present well to their peers and to be, you know, the macho, tough guy that can handle anything.
In the under-18 hall, after 2 weeks out and about, Martin is still in one piece, as taking the job offer means he has managed to make the right friends.
Back then I'll say I sound, but then if I do it, man, know what I mean? I was just saying I stoked all the older ones up by the hole, I fight with them and that. Because I've been coming out here for ages, they'll listen to us, you know what I mean? See, he was trying to do my favour and got caught, wasn't his fault. And the boys upset about it, so sorted out for him. He just says, right, that's alright, just tell him there's nothing else got to be said about it.
Maybe because of the turnover of prisoners, the guys that were involved in that are maybe out because they're short-term prisoners. That kind of dies down a wee bit. He's starting to get his confidence coming back. You know, you see the swagger coming back along with the confidence. I think that he might be walking down the corridor one day and find his cell being attacked. That can happen. It could be the calm before the storm. They'll never forget. I mean, if one of them's got something over another one, they don't want to lose face. So that gets stored away at the back of the head till they get a visual on their target. That could happen anywhere, anytime.
With a month to go, David is more and more frightened now, only going out to phone home and for meals. He thinks the hall know about his crime and has decided to see out the rest of his time in self-enforced isolation.
That's where the trouble is, because this one group, I'm not going to say who they are, I'm not going to say where they're from, but this one group I'm having hassle with. So it started in that hall, but I don't know, but I think the words come over here. Probably has, it's bound to have done by now. Words come over here. You never know when it's going to kick off, you never know what's going to happen, like, you know what I mean? Just, you've always got to be on your guard. I don't know, never mind, I'm saying myself, I'm imagining it also. A wee bit paranoid, like, you know.
Staff are worried about David's self-enforced growing isolation and depression, and they're still trying to help him cope.
I haven't been out in such a while, but I knew fine that everyone would be at their work party and things like that, like, you know.
Do you worry all the time? Every moment that you're awake, you worry?
Pretty much think about it all day.
So if you make the effort and you try and you go out, if you do it regularly, you get more used to it.
I don't know.
David feels he is under attack, but in reality, the rising tension is not about him.
They're all starting to get fully daft these days.
That's like done, that's really getting
all throwing pool balls about Wednesday night.
Starting a riot. You're doing it on Wednesday? Who's attacking?
All.
There's a few cunts got razors up here as well.
So far. So's everything.
Cunts will be getting the dial took after them. I'm gutted I'm a freak now.
With the Bunce and McCormick power struggle, there's talk in the hall of a big kick-off.
See when there was a riot here there? Well, Wednesday night there's got to be a riot. Everyone's just going to pull. She would be here Wednesday night, and I bet you see cunts getting slashed, stabbed, kettle. Oh, here we go. Oh, yes. I'm with you for any of them, but there's a cunt who would just take the face off you, no bother. And that's what you need to watch.
See if Stuart was up here and all, man, fucking, they'd all be hunting their doors too.
He spent 24 months doing the digger. He was in the daily record for doing almost 2 years doing the digger.
A lantern boy.
Aye, but when I was back in 2003, my first ever sentence, I was sitting there, I didn't even notice him, I knew who he was, his name was Stuart. I was sitting at the smokers room back in the old induction, and there was about 5 guys, and there was a big massive cunt sitting on a chair, and that Stuart's been talking to him, that Stuart's just went like that, fuck, he slashed him, and the big boy, you could see his teeth through his face. You could see the big cunt's teeth through his face, and that Stuart's been sitting there with a razor in his hand shouting, "Did yous all see that? That's how it's fucking done. The fucking Blantyre Mad Squad way. Did yous fucking see that?" All laughing and that, and the cunt's whole teeth. The cunt lost about fucking 5 pints of blood and nearly died. And that Stuart's sitting there with a razor in his hand. "Come on! I'll take yous all to fucking hell." You know that. I was like, "Get me fucking out of here. Catch you after." If anyone ever stabbed me or slashed me, I would boil that kettle and chuck it right in their face. If anyone ever done that to my face, I would murder them. I'd do the fucking 15 year easy if anyone ever took my face off me. My wee dimples.
The next day in Iona Hall, Bunce and McCormick are caught fighting and put on report.
We opened up for retribution. An argument started between him and another YO here. They disappeared from view. We noticed all the YOs are actually looking into a room, yeah? And it's all really quiet. So we walk up, the two of them come out, James and this other guy, looking pretty dishevelled. We're not fighting. Yes, they had been, and they were both locked up. You see with the marks on their head, they've been fighting. It's quite easy. That's the life in Polmont. People fall out, and that's how they settle their differences. I'll give them their due though. They went into a room to do it, they didn't do it in front of us. Sometimes you see fights that spark up right in front of you. This pair decided to go out the road and settle their differences. Still caught though.
Being caught means facing an orderly room with the possibility of losing all privileges.
Have a seat, young man.
David Bunce, 344.
Right, Mr. Bunce. Mr. Crossley says that he had unlocked east side of level 3 for recreation when I witnessed an argument between David and James McCormack. They had both disappeared into room 26. As we approached the room, both young offenders came out in a dishevelled state. Right, what have you got to tell me about that?
It was just a debate, so it was, we were just talking, and then as soon as you start raising your voice in the hall, man, the officers think straight away that it's an argument. It wasn't, and then we just went in and appeared to have a smoke, and had to carry on, and we walked back out.
He's walked in, man, fucking... he got swans in the air and he hit, man, and then fucking I just punched him a bit. Fucking never knew what hit him, man.
Right, can you explain to me, David, why there were raised voices?
Oh, we were having an argument about the football.
So you were having an argument?
Aye, but it wasn't an argument, it was merely a debate.
Well, you said that there wasn't an argument, but you now just...
It was a debate.
Right, given the evidence that I have before me, I am happy to come to a conclusion that there was a fight taking place with what we call circumstantial evidence.
Isn't it a fight?
Well, that's what you're saying, but I'm finding the charge proved. I have to say that you've made more fuss about this than the actual incident deserves. There was nobody involved other than you two. I would have been quite prepared to maybe give you a suspended award had you come in and held your hands up. But the pair of you have both been very obstructive.
How can you say it was a fight if you never even seen it?
Well, I've just gone beyond reasonable doubt on that issue, and I'm convinced that something did take place, as is Mr. Crossley, else he wouldn't have put you on report, as is everybody else except you. You can appeal it by all means. There you go.
Fill a shit, man, if you want these.
Jamie McCormick is doing a life sentence for murder.
Have a seat, young man.
He's not exactly a stranger to the orderly room and has his written statement prepared.
Okay. The officer's here, so I'll get the officer to read his evidence out in a minute. The charge is at 7:20 last night. You were fighting with David Bunce in Iona Level 326. So basically you are admitting the charge that you were fighting, but you were saying that he said he was going to take your jeans off you. And he was there with something sharp in his hand. You felt blood running down the back of your neck. Did you report this to staff? No. Well, it's a bit late for that, isn't it? So on this occasion, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 7 days earnings from you. And that's the matter finished with then. Okay, thank you.
I don't know, I think he's got to try and fucking dagger his back. So I stabbed him in the head for about, I don't know how many times. I don't know even if I got him, I definitely got him, but the pen broke. I got him up with the head. So I think he's got to try and get his back, but I'll be on my toes, man. So.
First chance I get, man, I'm going to stab a life right out of him, man. Know what I mean?
Even though the ringleaders are out of circulation, the hall is still rumbling.
Good time to start it. Stick them on report. See the governor and orderly in the morning. Then get the punishment that's coming their way.
Joiner's doing his boxer shorts. Well, we've got to start using handheld metal detectors as well. But if you bag it, I'll take it with me tomorrow and just show that they do need to be a bit more careful. Because that's about 4 weapons I've seen.
The next day, staff act quickly to defuse the Bunce-McCormick situation for good.
James McCormick, the lifer who's doing already 15 years, was moved from east side to west side, and he wasn't too happy about it, so he was raging and angry because he was settled in here and he was going to go move there and start here again, so he wasn't happy chappy.
Jamie McCormack's not going to be involved at all because he's separated from the others, but there are quite a few people who would be in opposing sides if there was something to go off. So we've took 3 or 4 people out of the equation, David Bunce being one, Steve another one, and we've put some 3 down the cells to allow us to investigate further and make more investigations, which tend to be a little bit easier when the lads are actually off the unit, because other people will notice they've gone and they might have concerns that they're more willing to tell us about once that's happened.
There's a couple of boys up there meant to be getting done off. Well, not done, but didn't like them, think they were a bunch of idols. So we've got to take them out off the numbers. Someone must have said something to them and they've went and said to the screws. Do you remember that dagger that they left in my Peter? Well, they searched my Peter and they said, oh, we found that dagger and that, we're keeping you down there. We're keeping you down there for that as well. Out on Tuesday anyway. I'm bothered.
The Segregation Unit, or Digger, is used by the staff as a last resort. In the digger, you are totally isolated and only get the privilege of a radio for company.
If I had a job and that, I wouldn't be in the jail at all. I know that for fine well. Know what I'm saying? But there's no jobs doing my bit at all. I robbed a boy for his Bearglass jacket, no? I was mad about side and that. But if I had a job that day, I mean, it was half free in the afternoon. If I had a job, I wouldn't be out doing stuff, man, just to occupy myself. Just bored. If I'm bored, I go and get a drink. And then when I drink, I'm a totally different boy and I go away and do something stupid. Then I wake up in the police station like that. What did I do that for? There's no point at all.
David is coming to the end of a 16-month sentence for assault and robbery. In the over-18 hall, the staff may have acted to clamp down on the fighting, but the constant attempts by the boys to get drugs in goes on. As head hot plate and an ex-heroin user, Jamie is getting drawn into helping.
Right, I'm just saying how you'd get drugs in and all, right, but outside you would take a proper envelope, you'd take tools. Right, so look, you'd get a Stanley blade, right, and cut, you know what a Stanley blade is? Outside, and you'd cut the line straight, and so it would be the exact same as that inside the envelope, right? And then you would just, so it would be exactly straight cut, then you would just put it in, so it would look the exact same, but it's another layer, and you would stick it in, and you just put the drugs at the side there, so they would just open your letter, assume that's the same bit, then they just give your mail your letter, and you just go like that, you'd go on your Peter at night, oh boom, open it, you'd be like, yeehaw. Every time the system tries to find a way how to not get it, you always find a way to get by it or whatever, but the screws are onto it a lot of things now, so it's a lot harder.
The next day, Officer Alan Smith checks on yet another drug bust.
This could either be wonderful or pretty bad. All the wiles in here have narrative sheets, right? Anything happens, and you do a write-up on them. And here's your possession of drugs. Heroin.
The lowest of the low, heroin. Junkie material.
He's a stupid cunt, man. Getting caught with anything apart from that. Know what I mean?
Not just that, shouldn't have got caught.
I take me stay back for it all morning.
Stay back for that, and I was
Just
thinking about
fucking
it.
still went away and go
But
to
yeah, I was thinking about it. I was to put half it out to somebody and half out to somebody else. So I got it for some cunt for the other side. But I end up no getting any to him, no getting any to him, and getting caught and even sniffing it myself. Or he never look at it.
Possession of drugs, sacked from hot plate, downgrade to standard. It's all a lad, eh? It's all a lad, eh?
But I'm doing it fucking hardcore, turning around. I went from head hot plate to head hot cake. I've no fucking rec, no PPC, no wages, doing it hardcore, put down to standard. Oh yes. I'm gutted. I'm laughing now, but I'm greeting really. I'm just putting a brave face on. But I'm devastated. What can I do?
Did you post it?
In Lomond Hall, Martin's confidence has grown to the extent that it's created a problem. It's now Stevie's job to discipline him.
Right, man.
You sit there, pal.
Right. You're here because I suspect you've been involved in bullying. You with me?
Remember about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I pulled you into the office and I said to you about the bed's been cooked up, remember? And you said you would stop all that. Right. And did you stop all that? I don't believe you, Matt.
What?
You didn't seem to be bothered about that, did you?
Obviously,
because you're denying
you're sitting calling us a bully.
No, I'd take more time for you, actually, if you said, right, what happened?
I would admit to it if I was, but I know for a fact I wasn't.
Is there sometimes maybe then that maybe one of the guys up there is taking the verbals a bit personally?
Well, I don't think Craig or Santino would take it personally, no.
Right, maybe I'm not talking about them. What about the other stuff like the psychological stuff when you went and turned the boy's bed over and you had the pillars on the floor, and you put water on the floor, and there's fairy liquid on floors and all that. What about that?
Turning somebody's bed upside down, it's not as if they're going to get all upset about that, is it?
How not? What if it upsets them? I bet it doesn't upset you.
If it would upset them, I'd apologise to you.
It's not long ago we had you sitting in the office and you were in tears, right? And we were scared to go away and leave you, right? Because you were that upset, right? We even dealt with your family, right? We put all the stops out for you.
I know,
right?
I'm grateful for it. I said thank you to you for it. Did I not?
Right, but the bottom line is that, see, not long after it, you were in there turning beds up and...
The boy knew that was a half, Stevie. The two of you are getting on each other.
Right, we're not making any progress here. Right, so what's going to have to happen is you're going to be referred onto the bullying strategy stage 2. As far as I'm concerned, you're not admitting to anything, you're denying everything.
I've not done nothing.
Right, well...
If I had done something, I would admit to it.
Okay, well, fine. Then that needs to be discussed as far as we're concerned. Right, so somebody's going to be coming in to see you in the next couple of days. That's more or less it. Okay? Right, that's us finished.
We have got sound information saying that Martin was involved in bullying. The younger guy who was being bullied, he's now getting moved to Cramantall on protection, and Martin's been moved downstairs, so that's like a kind of downgrade to him.
They must think because they've got white shirts and a fucking bunch of keys that they're some sort of gangsters. See, if I was to see one of them out in the street, man, I'd knock their swagger into a stagger. I'd smash the head right off them, man. I don't like cunts like that. The way they act there, this whole shift, right, we need to show him what to do when they don't. Obviously, you know what to do. That's what your mum does for. They show you right for wrong. I've never ever been told what to do in my life. I've worked since I was 7-year-old. I've brought my own money in since I was 7-year-old. My mum and dad's never told me what to spend my money on that. Know what I mean? I've never been told how to lead my life. David Bunsey, 344. 16 win. Feels like butterflies, you know, so it sounds kind of stupid, isn't it? But doesn't man. Nervous and that. Hey, freedom.
After 18 months behind bars, David Bunce is out.
Yeah, there are lots of young offenders, and there are obviously lots of prisoners in the Scottish prison system just now, and they're hitting record highs, and you wonder what underpins that. How, you know, has their life gone in such a way that they find themselves here, you know, in Polmont, and some of them for a long, long time.
My mum died in 1987. My dad's never taken that anyways. She's been flunked to pillar to post, man. And for about 7-year-old, man, I was in homes right up till I was about 17. Keller secure, St Mary secure, Harley Place, Trample, Hillside, Woodland School, foster homes and all. I feel like you can't manage it, you can't love it, and then at homes all the time, fucking. The only person who really kept in contact was my brother Graham. My nana sometimes, and that was it. But Graham, he's a well-liked boy. He was heart of gold. A grafter, never got into trouble. And he just ended up taking drugs one night, man, just ODing, overdosing, that's it.
How old were you?
I was about 12, 13. He was about 17, 18. I was away out in a home at the time at Hillside. And after that, man, I just went AWOL, man. Started running a bit, man, running away and crime and that. Shut up, man. Yeah, nearly every boy that I've been in homes with, I've seen them in jail. Definitely.
There is a second liberation today. After a period of self-enforced isolation, David has made it through his sentence and survived 6 months behind bars.
I've been asking my whole life, why have I been dealt this life? And why did my brother have to die after killing my mother or not? They can't has the answer, that was it. Just have to get on with your life, man. Just forget about it, it's in the past now. That's what I'm trying to do, but sometimes it's not there for us.
James McCormick settled down after his move, decided to toe the line and conform. For the first time, he has now earned a passman job. Martin has fitted back into prison life and has been moved to an over-18 hall. David Mackenzie initially struggled to get back into normal life, but is now playing music professionally. David Bunce was out for 1 month before he was again back behind bars inside Polmont. Next time on Boys Behind Bars, there is a tough nut to crack in the under-18 hall. Officer Stevie Lane helps Chris face up to a long sentence.
What was it he says to you? He said, I'll make an example of you, man. He says, I don't want hope for young people to come board that they can't walk about thinking they're gangsters.
And Jamie gets his chance for a clean start on the outside.
Oh yes, let's go. We're free at last. Come on! Jamie boy's back in town. Loving life.